Hey there, Lazy Panda Trainer here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. As we're getting towards the end of September, the HSC is just around the corner, and for those who don't know what the HSC is, it's pretty much the university entrance examination you take before you actually know which uni you can apply to. So these tips are not just for the HSC, but for any other person out there who's studying for their university entrance exam. I hope these tips help you as well. So tip number one is set how much you want to study a day. So for me, about 3 months before the HSC, I would pretty much organize little goals that I wanted to achieve each day. So for example, one day I would study a few chapters for a specific subject, and the next day I would do the same but for a different subject, and then I would slowly build upon my memory that way. It really helps to stimulate my brain and keep it active and trying to remember everything and just kind of repeating what is said or written in my study notes. Tip number two, try not to do an all-nighter. Personally for me, I can never ever do an all-nighter, especially when it comes to studying. I get really sleepy and then I just find that I don't remember things as much as I would like to. And I feel like it even stresses me out even more. I know for some people all-nighters do work, but do try and get about an average 6 to 8 hours rest before your exams. For me, I find that sleeping earlier and waking up early gives me more energy and time to remember everything that I need to, and it really does help balance my sort of lifestyle that way. Number three is no distractions. So keep your phones and laptops away, turn them on silent or whatever. But if music does help you study like it does for me, feel free to play music softly in the background and try not to get too distracted, because you really need to pound all these informations into your brain. So tip number four is study groups. So studying in a small group of friends doing the same subject as you is a pretty good idea, because you can cross-reference your ideas, your answers and everything, and make sure you're answering the question correctly. It can be really helpful as well for your HSC mark, because the HSC is not relying on just yourself but the entire grade's effort to scale it up. So if you guys work together on the HSC and kind of cross-reference your answers and help everyone out, you guys will do great. Number five is to reward yourself. So I did say like no distractions, but of course, you know, if you're gonna study 8 hours a day or whatnot, you do need a break once in a while. So a 5 to 10 minute break in between your study sessions is a pretty good idea, because it kind of just motivates you even more, and it also gives you a little breather so your brain doesn't crash on you. Also, at the end of the day, when you have finished your mini goal of the day of studying, say, 2 chapters of biology, you can then have a bigger break and reward yourself with, say, for example, an episode of your favorite series or your favorite anime. So a few weeks before the HSC, I'm pretty sure you should have digested all the information that you pretty much need to know on a general basis. Whereas a few days before your HSC, I would just focus on the subjects that first, I believe it's English. So for me, I would rewrite my template essay for my English subjects, and it really does help. The reason why I had a template essay was because I was pretty bad at essays. I would say like on the spot essays, so you just need that time to sort of get that template out, but make sure you change your answers in the beginning and in the middle so that it kind of shapes around the question that you're answering. On the day of the exam, it's a bit here and there. Like some people will come into school and they won't talk to anyone because they want to try and remember everything they wrote in their essays. Whereas there's some people, when they pop up to the exam, they kind of find their friends who are also doing the same exam and kind of do like pop quizzes and test each other so they remember that they're getting the right answer. For me, I did pop quizzes with my friends when it was like biology or Japanese or hospitality, whatnot. It really does help, because like they might ask you a question which you don't really remember, and you could be like, oh, what was that answer again? And from there you can like kind of get these small reminders like, oh, is this the answer? So yeah, you never know, it might be in the exam, so it's pretty helpful. So my last tip to all those doing the HSC this year, don't be nervous, don't be scared of the HSC. All the questions that they're gonna ask you are all in the books or all the information that your teacher has told you. If you really do need help, ask your teacher. They are there to help you achieve your best. So I hope these tips were useful for you guys. If you want to see a university student studying tip video, put a thumbs up for this video and I will try and get some tips coming through for you guys. So yeah. So I guess I will be seeing you guys in my next video. So stay happy but not too lazy. Bye!